Are you ready to find your voice, fulfill your purpose, build unstoppable confidence? And are you ready to learn how to trust, accept, and love yourself enough to do the work to create what you want in life? Oh, and do you want to learn how to do it without burning yourself out, sacrificing what matters most, or compromising on your values? Then you're in the right place. I'm your host, Crystal Stanton, a certified coach, human design enthusiast, entrepreneur, and podcast host on a mission to guide women into their true, authentic success, to help them recognize their power and to step out from the shadows and into the woman they were always meant to be. Around here, we don't do grey, unaligned versions of our life. We don't settle for what we should be happy with. Around here, we do big, bold, courageous, fulfilled, rich lives, and we do it in an aligned, nourished, and truly authentic way. If that sounds like the life you want, then stick around and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode. Okay, hello. Welcome to another episode of Fearless. Today I'm excited. Sacral is all lit up because we're going to talk about human design today. So, I love human design. It is the bomb. It is the best. It is literally the best thing. I have not seen a framework more powerful than that of human design. And so today I specifically want to talk about human design through the lens of consistency. So last episode I talked about consistency versus commitment. And today I want to take it deeper into your design, because I know if you're anything like me, you probably have spent a lot of your life feeling like you're failing at being consistent, right? Like you should be showing up more, you should be posting more, you should be working out more, you should be more, and you make all of these plans. I'm going to do this, and you put it in your calendar and you put it up on posters, and these are all the things I'm going to do all the time. I'm going to be really consistent, but it never actually sticks. Is that resonating for you? Like you want it, you want to be consistent, it's a powerful tool. You look at really successful people and you see it in them, you see them being consistent. And so you start doubting yourself, like there has to be something wrong with me that I just can't nail this consistency. But what I want to ask you today, and what we're going to be sort of focusing on through human design today, is what if consistency isn't about discipline at all? What if it's actually about alignment? That's what I want to share with you today. Okay, because I have struggled with this so much myself, and to be honest, majority of the women that I work with or members of the Fearless Collective, like this is a big thing for them as well. For women in general, right? Trying to be consistent and to show up can be a real struggle. And the thing is that most of us have come to learn or have been taught specifically or conditioned to understand that consistency is just about trying harder, right? It's just about trying harder, doing more, No. Consistency is actually about honoring your unique energy. And that is what human design is going to teach you to do, okay? Because what most of us try and do is we try to follow someone else's rhythm instead of following our own. And that's where we get stuck. And that's where we really struggle with consistency. And that's where we really struggle to create what we want to create in life, because we're constantly battling with ourselves. We're constantly fighting ourselves, resisting ourselves, trying to work in a way that is not aligned to who we are and what we're here to do and how we're here to work. So today I'm going to walk you through, and obviously human design is big, so this is going to be very broad strokes, right? I'm going to walk you through how your human design can help to reveal the exact kind of consistency that you are meant for. Okay, so before we go any further, if you do not already have your human design chart, like mine is right here, go and get it. if you have it printed or you have it on your phone, get it up. So pause this and go and get it. If you don't have your chart at all, go down to the show notes and go and download your chart for free from my website. Okay, it's right there. Go and get it. You need your name, your date of birth, your time of birth, and your place of birth. Go and get it. Okay, pause this and go and get it. Because you're going to want to be looking at that as I'm going through these specific parts of your chart today. And this is going to be like a whirlwind adventure of human design. Okay, so this is probably something you'll want to come back to, you'll want to dive deeper into, you'll want to feel into where am I being guided to look. And if you want to go even deeper, again, obviously that is where you can come and join the Fearless Collective, or you can reach out to me about my my one-on-one 13-week human design focused coaching that I offer. More of that is in the show notes, or you can reach out to have a chat to me about it. But go and get your chart. I'll wait. Okay, so now that we all have our charts, or you just, you really know your chart really well and it's in your mind and you know it really well, that's fine too. But I just want you to be able to not just listen to this broad conversation. I want you to actually be able to start applying it to you and your energetic blueprint. So let's start off revisiting, like I did in the previous episode, sort of myth around consistency, okay? Because like I said, consistency is usually sold to us as being about discipline or forcing things to happen. Now, there is nothing wrong with being disciplined. Discipline is a characteristic, a quality, a way of being that is very, very useful to us, very important if we want to be, do, and have more in life, right? Force, not so much. You can't force things to happen. Like you just can't. Force comes from the fear of the need to control, and that's just fear-based, and you literally can't control anything. Like you literally cannot control anything at all. You can make choices, but you can't control things. So when we're talking about consistency as force, you're setting yourself up for failure anyway. So in reality, what's happening when we buy that version of consistency, right? What happens is most of us are trying to be consistent in a way that goes against our energy. And that's what makes consistency feel so hard, because we're literally working against ourselves. Like we are using extra energy to make ourselves work in a way that we're not designed to work. It creates tension, it creates resistance, it creates friction, all of the things that repel what we want to be creating. And then our mind focuses on that, right? And you are where your attention is. So the more we focus on what we don't have, and we focus on what we haven't been doing, and we focus on our lack of consistency and discipline, the more that perpetuates in our reality. And this makes being consistent feel so real, so freaking hard. But like I mentioned last week, you're really good at being consistent, because you do things consistently every single day. You're committed to things. You're super consistent and super committed. You're just probably not consistent and committed to the things you actually need to be consistent and committed to get what you want. Okay, so go back and listen to that if you want that reminder. So two things are going on. You've got this myth of like hustle culture, and it's all about daily output, and it's all about like working till your eyeballs bleed and push, hustle. And you're working against the way you're actually designed. You're working against your own energy. And that pressure to be consistent in a way that's not energetically aligned. That is what's making it feel so freaking hard for you to be consistent, to do the things you know you need to do, be, do, and have more in life. What human design does is it offers you this really radical reframe that consistency isn't about something you can tick off in your calendar or your checklist. It's actually coded in your body. The energy of consistency, frequency of repetition is coded into your body, not your calendar. Okay, think about that. It's coded in your body, not your calendar. It's not about your calendar. It's not about time scheduling. It's not about any of that stuff that we've been told. It's actually about your body and your energy and how you are designed to work. So I'm going to take us through a few different aspects of human design in this journey today. And obviously, I'm going to talk very broadly, so not all of it will pertain to you. So just listen through, and it's also good to understand how other types work, because you can start to notice it and see it in people, your children, your partners. Like, honestly, bringing human design into your life and understanding how you and the people you have the closest relationships to and spend the most time with are designed to work makes life flow so much easier. And I'm going to share a little story here, not necessarily related to consistency, but related to how understanding your human design can create more harmony, and more productivity in your household. So the other day, we had been for a walk on the beach. We have decided we're committed to walking on the beach every morning, because we were in this rut. We were committed to the girls waking up watching TV in the morning, and we didn't want that. Anyway, managing side note. So we came back from our walk, and because we have moved out of the van into a house, the girls have more stuff now, right? They've collected toys and all of the wonderful things that you get to have when you're not constantly moving around. But that has meant that stuff has just been like everywhere in the house. So we bought some furniture to start organizing. It had to be put together. So I was responding. We walked in, I saw the boxes there of the furniture to create. I was like, oh, response. I want to build that because I want to get that organized today. That was lighting me up. That's where my manifestor energy wanted to go. So I asked my daughter Isla, who is a generator, so also here to respond, if she wanted to help me. And she said, yes. Yay, responding. Sacral said yes, off we went. So we got the box, and we opened it up, and we were both really excited, and we got all of the pieces out, and there were no instructions. None. No instructions to put this toy box together. And I just immediately was like, ugh. Right? Sacral was hardcore yuck. No, not interested, not lit up by this at all. Now, at the same time, I don't know what Evie was doing. She was floating. Brent was starting to cook breakfast. And I was just like looking at this toy box. I'm like, yuck. I don't want to figure out how to, like, I know I can. I'm intelligent. I have the skills and capabilities to figure out how to put this together, but it, blah, 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 blah. Just sacral just says no. So I invited my projector husband to come and do it for me. I was like, hey, this has no instructions. Can you put this together for me? And he was like, yes, I can. Of course he can. At the same time, Evie was like, I want to do that too. I want to help Daddy. So manifestor, creative urge, internal urge, telling her she wants to build the box. Now, not only did this work in terms of our type and our strategies, also on a profile level, because me, this 6'2" over here, 6'2" profile, right, who I'm here to like experience things and be a visionary and a role model, and also do things I'm naturally talented at, had no interest in trying to figure out from scratch how to put this thing together. But cooking in the kitchen, easy, you can do that all day long. So we swapped. My husband, Brent, is a 3-5 projector. So I invited him to come in and apply his previous experience as a mechanic and building things and putting things together to solve my problem. 3-5, that's what they're here to do. Go through experiences, trial and error, and as a 5, create solutions to problems that they can universalize and share to create impact in the world. Like, perfect job for him. Perfect job. Evie is also a 3-5 in terms of her profile. So again, she had the internal urge to do it, and she was also supported by her profile, like who she is here to be, to do that job. And man, we had breakfast cooked and the box built and everyone happy and no one in frustration, bitterness, anger at all, because we actually just let that happen according to our design, right? Pulled all of the cardboard out of the box, and I am now going to go and experiment with how I can create a ramp for my Paw Patrol toys. And that's what she did. Off she went to go and get the foundational details of how do I use this cardboard and how can I experiment with it to create a ramp so I can fly my Paw Patrol toys down the hallway. And this is why I love human design so much, because previously I would have just like forced and pushed. I'm like, no, I have to build this box because I said I would, and blah blah blah. And Brent would have been here in the kitchen, and like he can cook. He's great at it, but like it was a better use of our design and our skills and our natural talents and what we're here to do by swapping. So why not swap? But we understand how we work. So I just wanted to share that little story because I thought it was hilarious and just like a perfect example of how, like, you know, you can create more harmony in your household when you understand how everyone is designed to work and do things. And you can understand, like, man, you do this thing this way and it really like doesn't make sense to me or frustrates me. But like, oh, I get why you do that, and vice versa, right? Okay, so let's go back to talking about consistency, and we're going to start with type. Okay, so, and remember, we're talking about consistency in like an energetic capacity and like from the body, okay? Not a like to-do list, checklist in your calendar version of consistency, not a daily output version of consistency. So let's start with our wonderful manifestors. Okay, so the thing you have to remember as a manifestor is that you are not meant to grind daily or force consistency. It's not what you're designed to do. Consistency for you comes from autonomy and inspiration-based action. Now, that's hard because you have a fuck ton of deconditioning to do because the world is not designed that way. The world is not designed for inspiration-based action, or hardly even any autonomy, to be honest, right? That's not how the world is designed. But for you, you have to be aware, you have to know that your energy comes in bursts. It comes in bursts. So sometimes you're going to have the energy to just fucking nail your to-do list and do 10,000 things, and you'll do more in one day than 5 other people will in an hour, right? Or in a week or a month. But sometimes you're not going to have that energy. It's not going to be there. So for you, true consistency is about allowing space for rest when the energy isn't there, and then moving powerfully when inspiration strikes. Like for a manifestor, it's really important that when that inspiration strikes, you have the boundaries, the systems, the processes, the team, the understandings, the relationships set up in a way that you can just go. You can do it, right? Which is where your strategy of informing comes in, because it's really important that you are informing people, I'm going, right? So that there's less friction and stuff that happens. People can sort of get out of your way and let you go, and then they can leave you alone when you need it, when you need rest. So for you as a manifestor, your best consistency practice is about creating boundaries for alone time and boundaries and support to be able to act when your internal urge arises. Now, this is something that's really hard for me to navigate with Evie because I don't have that really inconsistent energy, right? And I'm responding all the time. I'm a manifesting generator, so I'm responding all the time. My energy doesn't necessarily come in bursts. So that's hard for me to navigate with Evie because some days she's like, yeah, I'm going to take on the world, I'm going to do all the things, blah, blah, blah. And she's like up here energy, and it's like really like quite chaotic energy. It's like a lot. And then all of a sudden she is like on the couch and she's like, I'm tired. I can't even have a shower. I'm so tired. I can't move. I can't undress myself. And like she's literally can't do anything. Can't do anything. And I've really had to like become self-aware in how I approach her and not force my conditioning on her, right? Like, because that's what happens to a lot of manifestors, and then they can't work with their energy, and then they're burnt out all the time, and then the inspiration doesn't strike because they're too fucking tired all the time because they haven't created these boundaries for alone time, and they haven't learned to act when the internal urge arises and to rest when it's not there. So that's what consistency in terms of type as a manifestor looks like. Now, let's move on to our generators and a manifesting generator. So in terms of type, it's going to be the same, okay? You're very similar but not, okay? Similar but not. So in terms of type and consistency, because remember, manifesting generators are non-linear. Generators, you quite often will like a process and to just go one way. But the thing that is universal for you both is that consistency comes from responding to life and following excitement, following what lights you up. Again, even though generators and manifesting generators have a lot of consistent energy, quite often you'll find them burnt out because they're using that energy to follow things that doesn't excite them, or they're using that energy to initiate and try and force and make things happen when you're not designed to do that. You're designed to respond to things. Okay, so your energy is sustainable. So you know, I guess, like, you have the ability to be more consistent in like a traditional sense of the word consistency, but your energy is only sustainable when you're lit up by what you're doing. And I see so many burnt out generators. I've done this myself, and I've seen so many people when they come to human design being like, I am not a generator at all. I'm so tired all the time. Like, I'm more like a projector. No, you just burnt it out because you've been wasting all of that incredible life force energy that you have doing shit that you hate for a really long time. So for you as a generator or a manifesting generator, consistency is about doing what feels satisfying and energizing, not forcing yourself through shoulds. And especially in the lens of consistency for a generator or manifesting generator, and I say this from experience, that's why I'm pulling my face like this, because I'm like, oh God, I've done this so many times, right? Get rid of shoulds. Should is not a word to have in your vocabulary as a generator or a manifesting generator. If you're like, oh, I should do this, yuck, wrong. That is wasting your life force energy, okay? Not for you. Really hard. That's a really hard piece of conditioning to work on, right? That's something that's really hard to decondition. And I still do it now. I'm like, oh, but I should be doing this, and I should be doing that, and I should be showing up this way, and everyone says that you have to do it this way in a business and blah, but that doesn't give me any yay. My sacral just doesn't get lit up by that at all, right? So for you, best consistency practice is to tune into your sacral yes, right? Whatever your sacral is like, yes, I want to do that, and commit to what lights you up. And if it doesn't, don't commit to it. I give you permission to say no, even if you've already said yes. I give you permission to change your mind, especially if you have emotional authority and you agreed to do something 2 weeks ago and now it's the time and you're like, oh, I don't want to do it. Don't, because it's not right for you. Might have been then, but it's not right now. Okay, so projectors. Maybe this is going to have to be a multi-part series too. I think so. I think this is going to have to be I don't think we're going to do all of this one, because I don't like to make these podcasts too long. I don't like to make these podcasts too long. So enough to like go for it while listening while you're driving or listening while you're walking. So I think we're going to have to break this up, people. We're going to have to break this up into multi-episodes. So projectors. Let's talk about you and consistency. Because my projector friends... Oh, man, the current paradigm was not designed for your success. Which sucks, because you are awesome and you are amazing, and I would be so lost without the incredible projectors I have in my life. Okay, beautiful soul, just interrupting for a minute to talk to you about something that I'm really, really excited to share with you all. Now, if you are listening to this podcast, you're potentially someone who is in a bit of a transition period in life. Maybe you have been in a career for a long time and you're looking to change career paths or to realign or get more clarity around your current career. Maybe you're building your own business and you're just feeling like you can't quite get the clarity you need to get the momentum happening. You're not quite sure what it is you're here to do or who it is you're here to serve. Maybe you're really struggling to figure out or revisit or redefine your identity, your life purpose, and your life direction. Now, I am really, really excited because I have created a very simple tool that is going to help you get the clarity that you are seeking. Transitions aren't just about, the next job or the next phase of our business. They're really about rediscovering who we are and realigning to who we are at our birth frequency. And that is where true authenticity comes from. And true authentic success comes from. Now, what I have created for you is an incredibly simple tool that you can use to create clarity, alignment, success, progress. I am so excited to share this tool with you. And that tool is my aligned business roadmap. I am so excited by this tool and what I have been able to create, and I am absolutely so grateful and thankful for the incredible feedback that I have received about this tool. Now, what this tool does is it helps you create a growth plan that is aligned with your human design and your astrological frequency. So if you are wanting to build a thriving business that feels completely aligned with who you are, or if you're already in a career and you're just looking to leverage your unique human design and astrological blueprint so that you can craft a strategy that is actually designed for you, and you want to do it all in less than 1 hour without needing any in-depth knowledge about astrology or human design, then the Aligned Business Roadmap is for you. What the Aligned Business Roadmap is an ultimate ChatGPT prompt, mega prompt, that you can plug in step by step that's going to combine your human design and astrological frequency into a tailored strategy for you. It's going to provide a detailed roadmap to help you create a business that is aligned with your energy and your goals, no matter what they are. It is super easy to follow, even if you are new to human design or astrology. This isn't just another template. This isn't just another list of things you need to check off and do. This is the foundation for you to start becoming the person that can show up and hold the business, the career of your dreams, and actually achieve the goals that you have. It's your foundation for a supremely aligned, powerful strategy that works for you. No more chasing what everybody else is telling you to do. No more feeling overwhelmed by the hundreds of things that are out there that are always being thrown in your face. This is tailored to exactly you and your specific energetic blueprint, your birth frequency. And that is where true authenticity and authentic success comes from. So what you get inside this really simple tool for $47 is a clear guided prompt to help ChatGPT create a personalized growth strategy for you in any area of your life. Instructions and insights for deeper understanding, or you can just use it as a simple start point if you are a beginner, right? To create some clarity on where do I want to go and what's the most aligned way for me to get there. Also, it has the flexibility to dive deeper on your own or work with me to put the plan into action. Remember, business is not a one size fits all, and that is where so many of us are getting ourselves stuck. We're tapping into cookie cutter strategies, and there's no real authenticity, no real us, no real soul inside them. So by tapping into your human design and astrology, you'll be able to unlock clarity, alignment, and a path that feels natural, nurturing, and fulfilling. Okay, so I hope you're as excited as I am. Get ready to start transforming your business or your career. Say goodbye to all of the overwhelm and all of the generic strategies. Get ready to step into alignment with a strategy that truly resonates and watch your potential become a reality. If you are ready, head to the show notes. The link is in the show notes. $47. Go and grab your Aligned Business Roadmap today. Go and check out the testimonials from the other people who have already used this tool inside their business with incredible success. All right, big love. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Projectors. Consistency, a big part of consistency for you needs to be in your wisdom and discernment and boundaries around where you invest and how you invest your energy, how you use your energy. You have to be so aware of that and use so much wisdom and discernment in what you choose to invest your energy in. You also need to wait for those strategic invitations. You are not designed for constant output. You're not designed for that. You don't actually need to do it, because when you do have wisdom in your energy use and you do wait for those strategic invitations, holy fuck, you can do a lot, right? You can just so much output, but you're not designed to do it constantly. You're not designed to wake up every day and work from 9 to 5 with consistent energetic output. You are not designed for that. Your consistency lies in your insight and your timing. So when you rest and you care for yourself, that makes you magnetic to the right invitations to then share your wisdom, and it's about like bang for buck for you, honestly, as a projector. It's about like waiting for those invitations, because then you know that the energy you invest is actually going to be taken on board, is actually going to create efficiency and clarity and guidance, right? So you have to rest and care for yourself. That's going to make you magnetic to the right invitations. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to like force your wisdom on people. The practice is to prioritize rest and only engage deeply when you've been recognized and invited. Okay, now that can be really hard. And for the projectors I have coached, deconditioning that hustle culture of consistency and that daily grind and daily output version of consistency is really hard to decondition. And I have found, this is probably not true of all projectors, but I have found through the conditioning a projector goes through that they do tend to prioritize other people first. They do tend to dip into perfectionism and people pleasing, and it all comes from like that, like prioritizing everybody else and not themselves, and not waiting for those invitations, not waiting to be recognized and invited, and trying so hard to be seen and heard and valued because you have so much to share. Like you alone could change the whole world. Like literally, projectors are amazing. You have so much wisdom, but you have to wait to be invited and recognized first. And like I said, when you rest and care for yourself, then you become magnetic to those invitations. So you really have to prioritize rest, and you really have to prioritize focusing on your own self-worth, self-trust, self-acceptance, because it's an inside-out job for you 100%. You become magnetic to invitations when on the inside you like, I've got me, I know me, I value, trust, honor, hear myself, and now I'm just going to rest until someone comes and asks me for my wisdom. You don't need to go and shout it from the rooftops. People are going to come and seek you out and ask you for it when you go into that almost just like monk-like, well, I'm incredible and I'm just going to chill here until people want me, right? Like, how luxe is that? I love that. Okay. Now, reflectors. Okay. Reflectors. Man, like if the current system was unfair for projectors, for you, it's like you don't even exist in that world, right? Like a being like you, the thought of a being like you and the way you work just doesn't even exist in the old paradigm, right? And this is why we want to create these new paradigms, these new ways of living, working, and being in alignment with our energy. Because for you, consistency comes from lunar cycles and environmental alignment. Okay, that is what consistency equals for you as a reflector. You are so deeply affected by your environment, the people, places, events, experiences around you, because you're all open, right? You're all open centers, and we will do an episode on centers, defined and undefined centers in terms of consistency. You're all open centers, right? So you're always, this is why you're called a reflector, you're always taking in, amplifying, and reflecting back other people's energy. So you're really affected by the people you're around, the places that you're in, and the experiences that you're having, as well as the moon cycle. So your version of consistency is fluid AF. So for you, best consistency practice comes from tracking your lunar cycle, noticing your patterns. This is where your unique consistency comes from. understanding where on the lunar cycle you have more consistent energy available to you, and sort of planning around that. Okay, because some days you're going to have energy in more energy than others across a lunar cycle. Okay, so that is where your consistency comes from, understanding how your energy moves throughout a lunar cycle, and understanding like whether you're in the right environments or not, knowing that your consistency is super fluid, all based on that lunar cycle and your environment. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for today. I feel like that is enough for today, for this episode. Let me know if you have enjoyed that. Let me know what's come up for you, what you have enjoyed the most. Send me a message. What's a human design type? Like, or what resonated most for you? Or what were your aha moments? Like, oh, this is what I've been doing to myself. This is why it hasn't been working. This is why I felt so stuck. And if you are ready to embody your unique rhythm, learn more about your design, align with who you are and what you're here to do in a way that is nourishing and works for you, not against you, come and join us inside the Fearless Collective. We'll go even deeper. We do monthly masterclasses. And if you really, really want to go deep into this work and you want to start aligning your life to your design, aligning your health, wealth, relationships, business to your design, reach out to me to ask more about my one-on-one human design coaching programs that I do have available. And then until then, I will see you in the next episode. Big love. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I really hope you received exactly what you needed from it. I absolutely loved sharing it with you. I'd also love to know what you thought. So please leave a comment or a review for me to respond to, or just come over and say hi on my socials. If you'd love to be a guest on the show, or maybe you have a question or a topic that you'd like me to talk about, then please send me a message. I absolutely love to connect. And really, this podcast is all about you. And your success. So tell me what you need to hear more of. If you really enjoyed this episode, please give it a like, or even better, send it to someone you know to spread the love. Let's get this authentic success movement happening. Okay, that's it from me. Big love. Now go out there and be amazing.